Hey guys, System Override here with Verge Gaming, your daily gaming fix. In this video, I'm going to be carrying on my Dear Esther series, and yes, I can pronounce the name properly. I finally learned what it was, and I love the game so much. What we did so far, went into that cave, and we've just gone along this whole island stretch here. We've done quite a lot, and we've discovered quite a lot as well. Well, by discovered quite a lot, we found a lot of chemical equations. We found it was definitely ethanol, as I mentioned in the comments on the last video. And we also found some nerves and some other stuff. And someone mentioned in the comment section, I can't remember his name off the top of my head at the moment, that coming off the ethanol were dendrites. Now, I'm not too sure why there would be dendrites coming off of ethanol, as dendrites are part of biology, and they're usually attached to nerves. So, I'm not too sure why he said that. If he's watching this video, please do say in the comment section below what you mean by ethanol having dendrites coming off of it, because it's quite confusing. I wasn't too sure why you would have something like that on a chemical molecule, but again, I'm not too sure. Okay, this place looks sort of like Stonehenge. We'll look around it. Ah, haha, another one of these chemical things. Book. Ah, it's a chemistry book. So have a read. Unit 3. Or Units 3. Chemistry. Cool, so that's a molecule it's drawn. I have no idea what that is, it's a bit hench. It's got some cyclic molecules on it. It's definitely an organic compound. It's definitely a hydrocarbon, but I'm not too sure what kind of hydrocarbon it is. So that's that. Oh, just hit my keyboard with my mouse. Let's have a look around here. Alright, there doesn't actually seem to be much else around here. So come have a look down on this area. Right down there. Just down there. Not sure what that is. Oh, bugger. Oh, crap.
Come back.
For hell. Wow, that was weird. I wasn't expecting that. Jeez. It's like Alan Wake all over again. If you saw my Alan Wake video, that will be coming out the day before this video comes out, so yesterday for you guys. Yeah, I fell off a bridge a couple of times in that. It wasn't too good, but not much could be done about that. But yeah, guys, if you're good at chemistry, or you could research this for me, I'm going to freeze here for a while. Basically, if you could just try and figure out what molecule this is, I'll give you a nice view of that. But yeah, look, it looks like that says Ne. I'm not sure why I'd say, or En, sorry, but backwards E. So I'm not too sure what that symbol's meant to be. I don't know. But yeah, if you could try and figure out what that is for me, that would be a huge, huge, huge help. And I'd be very, very grateful for that. It's, doesn't seem like there's anything else. Let's just carry on following this path. But one thing I love about this game is literally its beautiful, beautiful scenery. And as soon as I've completed this game, I will be shoving up a review onto the Verge Gaming website, verge-gaming.com. And what I'll do is I'll provide a link to that review in the description for this game, so you guys can go and see it. So I'm planning on doing a bulk recording session right now, so hopefully there will be a link to that review in this description. Right, I think that's the end of the first chapter. Yeah, it's probably the end of the chapter The Buoy. And why is it doing this? Okay, that was sketchy. Oh no, the lighthouse, and I think we're going on to the Buoy.
I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Okay. Let's head down to those ships, I think. And we'll probably follow this path along there to wherever that wants us to go. But hopefully there's something of interest down near these ships. There should, hopefully. Let's have a look around here. Some oil barrels, and there's lots of rubbish around this place, which isn't good. It's a bit of a tip. But yeah, there doesn't really seem to... That's the only really sign of civilization apart from the lighthouse and these little bits of fencing. And obviously these ships, but they're shipwrecks. So it seems quite a desolate island. And yeah, I believe this is based on an island off the coast of Scotland. I'm not too sure. Or maybe somewhere in the channel between England and France. But again, I'm not too sure on that. There's that paint again. Maybe something around here. Usually where the paint is, there's some sort of formulary thing. Let's come through here. Doesn't seem to be anything around here. Let's just head around here. My guess is that down here is just going to be ships and stuff. Ooh, flashing light over there. Probably wouldn't be able to swim over there, to be honest. Last episode we didn't really seem to be able to swim properly, so I don't think there will be anything of need down here. Okay, that's a dead end. I'm guessing we have to go through that little crack in the mountain there. So if we head up there, then that'll be cool. But yeah, the scenery on this game is beautiful. And the sound effects and everything. I mean, this is the highest graphics. I mean, some of it looks flat, like this looks really flat. But it's still really, really high graphic, or at least highly textured. The graphics look so beautiful. And it just adds to...
I had kidney stones
amazing
and you visited me in
scenery.
the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anaesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Okay. Let's stick to this path. That looks too sketchy down there. Let's have a look. Whoa. Whoa. So drop down here actually.
Is this what Paul saw through his windscreen? Not Lot's wife looking over her shoulder, but a scar in the hillside, falling away to black forever.
Wow. That's a pretty deep hole. That's hench. That's crazy. It's a bit random though. Alright, let's come up here. Aha! Some more civilization. We've got a little hut here and some sort of house up there. And it seems like these are some like walls or something separating up farmland maybe, so I'm not too sure.
I've begun my ascent on the green slope of the western side. I've looked deep into the mountain from the shaft and understood that I must go up and then find the way under. I will stash the last vestiges of my civilization in the stone walls and work deeper from there. I'm drawn by the aerial on the cliff edge. There is some form of rebirth waiting for me there.
Now, I can't tell whether this is the book and he's reading from the book or it's him speaking. I'm guessing it's him. Because it's a bit of a random thing for a book to talk about. The rebirth. Not too sure. This doesn't look right though. There's nothing of interest really in here. So let's head up to the house up there. hopefully we find something of interest in there. What I'm probably going to be doing is doing a longer sort of episode today, because I want to try and get each of the chapters done in an episode. So considering we started a new chapter halfway through this episode, I thought we might as well just continue this until this chapter's over, and then we can do the other ones. Now, what I am hoping to do is have basically all of the Dear Esther done in time for the release of Mass Effect 3.
The Buoy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
Okay, so this is another weird image. I'm not too sure what this is supposed to be. If you guys could research that as well, that'd be really, really helpful. But there's not much else around here. Now, as I was saying, I'm only going to have one other episode of Dear Esther this week.
When the oil lamps ran out, I didn't pick up a
wait a sec.
torch, but used the moonlight to read by. When I've pulled the last shreds of sense from it, I will throw Donnelly's book from the cliffs, and perhaps myself with it. Maybe it will wash back up through the caves and erupt from the spring when the rain comes, making its return to the hermit's cave. Perhaps it will be back on the table when I wake. I think I may have thrown it into the sea several times before.
Okay, so is this guy dead? Is he a ghost and just adventuring to find his way back to life, or his way to the other side? I don't know. Sounds interesting though. But anyway, as I was saying again, I've only got one other episode of Dear Esther this week, and once that episode's done, I'll most likely only have one episode left of the series, and that will be going out probably next Monday. So after that, we're pretty much ready for Mass Effect 3, which will be coming out on the evening, on the Friday, I don't know why I said evening, but on the Friday next week, I believe. I'm not too sure just yet though. I hope so at least. But we've got some cup there with a chemical equation on again. It probably means something like coffee. That'd be quite cool. Some sort of logbook, maybe it's a hymn book. Sounds quite interesting. Ah. Seems to be some sort of light in that cave, like a torch. Might be a torch. So, go have a look at this hut here. We didn't look at this a second ago. And then we can head down there. But I don't know, I just feel as though there may be something of interest in this cliff. Or hut, not cliff. Aha! It's got another equation here, I think. No, that seems to be some physics related thing this time. I believe. At least. I'm not sure. I don't know. If someone could tell me what that is, that'd be really cool as well. Okay. If we head down these, or this slope down here now, and I do think we'll probably be coming close to the end of this chapter now. I'm not too sure, but I'll be carrying it on anyway until the end of this chapter. So down there. Oh, just another one of those pit things. Probably nothing of interest down there, to be honest. Let's have a look. No, it goes to a dead end, I think. We'll have a look when we get down there, I think. Providing we get down to there. I have no idea. This path seems to curve around a mountain, so we're probably going somewhere else, but I was expecting us to go into that cliff bit there, where it was that opening, but obviously not. Look at that, the little wind blowing effect and everything. It's just so amazing. They've put so much attention to the detail in this. It's crazy.
The laudanum and the syphilis. It is clearly not how he began.
Syphilis.
I've been unable to discover if the former was a result of his visiting the island or the force that drove him here. For the syphilis, a drunk driver smashing his insides into a pulp as he stumbled these paths, I can only offer my empathy. We're all victims of our age. My disease is the internal combustion engine and the cheap fermentation of yeast.
Ah, I think what the previous diagram might have been of is how combustion engine works, and the cheap fermentation of yeast could refer to the ethanol, because ethanol is an alcohol, because it's a hydrocarbon with the OH group.
The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot. But he is proving an unreliable witness.
Okay, so something I'm getting from this is death. So I'm thinking this guy may have died in a drink driving accident. So he may have been drunk off of alcohol, so all of the yeast and everything, with the fermentation of yeast making ethanol. And then driving his car, he may have crashed. And he may have crashed into an animal or something.
Climbing down to the caves,
I don't know.
I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Okay, that sound was weird a second ago. Rather creepy. What the hell was this? The hell? Glowing chamber. Let's come up here. Crap, I can't get it there. We're meant to... I'm gonna try jumping down here. Let's see what happens. Ah, okay, so that's the end of that chapter. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. Please don't forget to check out all of our social networks, our forums, and our daily blog, the links to which are below. I'm System Override, and you've been watching Verge Gaming. I'll catch you next time.